Hi there. I'm Crispin Spaeth. I'm a movement and performance coach, and I help people access their natural coordination using something called the Integrative Alexander Technique. Today, I wanted to share with you one thing you can do anytime in any situation that will help you move, think, and communicate more easily, and maybe more in line with your true intentions. So, this is the first thing I teach everybody when I first start working with them. So welcome to your first lesson. And the reason I do this first is that it's just such an effective and easy way to start accessing this natural coordination. And the big idea here is that your head and spine have a relationship, and that relationship can affect all of our systems, and that we have control over that relationship in any moment. So to explain these ideas, I'm hoping you will follow along with me with what may seem like kind of silly activities, but go ahead and wiggle your finger like that. And I'm putting it over here just so you can see it. You don't have to cross your body like that. And then, so let's say this is your spine. And this is your head that sits right on top of your spine. And you're going around doing all the stuff you got to do and the stuff you want to do. And then for some reason, maybe there's some pressure down. That reason could be, I don't know, a stressful thought or lifting a heavy laundry basket. There are any number, a zillion. There are, let's just say a zillion reasons. So what would you say happens to the quality of movement when there's pressure down through this finger spine? It might seem a little stiff, pressured, uncomfortable. So those are just some words I hear pretty commonly. And then if you lighten up on that pressure, things tend to go more easily. So before we go into the second kind of explainer activity, I wanted to bring out Shazam. He's my teaching assistant. He's not currently wearing his jaw, excuse me, it's very bright sun there, so that I can point right here. So this is where your head sits on top of your spine. Sometimes we think of it as being back here or even sort of somewhere in here, but really it's right kind of between your ears. These are the ear holes here. These vertebral processes on the back, you might think of that as your spine. They're part of your spine, but those are handles for muscles and other soft tissue attachment. That's what helps us move. The weight-bearing part is really in the middle, and it's really in the middle all the way down the spine here. So look how big, beautiful those vertebrae are in the middle of us. So much support right there in the center. So the next follow along activity, go ahead and find something in your space there that you can hold in one hand. I have this slinky here. And I'm just going to put it down on the surface in front of me. And go ahead and do this with me. I'm going to have a schlump, a little scrunch here. So I'll stand back a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of smushing it up a tad, not so it's painful. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and reach for the object I just picked up. And I'm going to unscrunch here. So what did you notice about your quality of movement while you were reaching for that object in that kind of scrunchy, schlumpy spot place? It might feel uncomfortable. Maybe you didn't breathe. My breathing suffered a bit there. So any number of things could happen there, and results may vary. Everyone's different, and that's what's so cool about this work to me. I get to meet all kinds of different people doing all kinds of different things. So I'm going to do another version of that. And feel free to watch me first, and then you can follow along. So I'm going to have a schlump. I'm going to reach for the object, and on the way to it, I'm just going to unschlump as I go. So let's do that together, and I'll do it sideways this time. So I'm going to put my object down. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to have a good schlump. I'm going to reach for it, and on my way, I'm just going to unschlump as I go. So what'd you notice that time? Did it seem a little easier? Maybe your arm magically grew a few inches. So there are all kinds of benefits to just noticing when we might be adding this pressure through our systems and then just undo that. So notice I'm not saying straighten up. I'm just saying undo the schlump. We love the curves. There are curves, curves, curves everywhere, inside and out here. So, and they help us move, give us cushions, all kinds of things. So I invite you to experiment with this in your life, maybe while you're doing the dishes, taking a walk. Just see what happens if you play with this scrunching and unscrunching and see what effect it has on your system. It might affect your, well, it's already movement, so it probably affects your ability to move, might affect the way you think about things, whether you want to do things or not. It might also affect your ability to communicate or receive information. So I think it's really cool stuff. Thank you so much for being with me through this lesson. And if you find out anything cool or have any questions for me, would you get in touch? I would love to hear from you. Thanks.